It was a rainy Friday evening, the kind that makes people impatient and short-tempered. The restaurant was packed, the noise of clinking plates and murmured conversations filling the air. I'd been working double shifts all week just to make rent. My feet ached, my back hurt, but I was used to it. This job wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills. Barely. That night, I didn't know I was about to serve someone who would test every ounce of patience I had. Someone who would remind me how cruel people can be, and how life can turn everything around in the blink of an eye. Our manager rushed up to me with his usual fake smile. "Lena, table 7, VIPs. Don't screw this one up." VIP meant trouble. It meant people who thought they were royalty because their card limit was higher than yours. When I walked toward table 7, I immediately noticed her, the woman who looked like she owned the world. Perfectly styled hair, diamond earrings that sparkled under the chandelier, a gold watch that probably cost more than my yearly rent. Next to her sat her husband, quiet, almost timid, and their son, about 10 years old, playing games on an iPad, ignoring everyone around him. "Good evening," I greeted softly. "Can I get you started with something to drink?" The woman didn't even look up at first. Then her eyes scanned me slowly, head to toe, with that familiar look of judgment. Finally, she smirked. "Just bring sparkling water. Not that cheap brand, though, and make sure the glasses are clean this time." I blinked, confused. "This time?" She gave a little laugh, cold and sharp. "Oh, I've been here before. The staff wasn't exactly top tier." Her husband shifted uncomfortably. "Honey, that's not—" She cut him off. "Shush, dear. Let her do her job." I forced a smile. "Of course, ma'am." As I turned away, I heard her whisper, just loud enough. "Honestly, people like her should learn some ambition. Who wants to serve tables forever?" Her son laughed. My hands clenched around the notepad, but I said nothing. When I came back with their drink, she was already annoyed. "You took long enough," she said. I apologized. "We had a large order ahead of yours." "Excuses," she muttered. "That's what separates people like you from people like me." I tried to keep my face neutral as I placed the drinks down, but as I poured the wine into her glass, a tiny splash landed on the edge of her silk blouse. She gasped like I'd just thrown acid at her. "Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how much this costs?" "I'm so sorry," I said immediately, reaching for napkins. "It's just a drop." "Just a drop?" she snapped. "This is custom silk. You probably can't even pronounce the designer's name." Her husband looked mortified. "Honey, it's fine." "It's not fine," she barked. "Do you people hire children here?" The entire restaurant had gone quiet. I could feel everyone's eyes on me. My face burned with embarrassment. I apologized again and again. She waved me off, furious. "Forget it. Just bring the food before you ruin something else." After they finished their meal, which she complained about nonstop, I brought the bill. She tossed her platinum card at me like she was flicking a bug off her table. "Don't scratch it," she said sharply. I processed the payment, brought back the receipt, and set it down gently. She scribbled something on the tip line, folded it, and pushed it toward me. Without another word, she stood, adjusted her fur coat, and strutted out with her family. When I opened the receipt, my stomach dropped. There was a single penny taped to the paper, and written next to it in perfect cursive were the words, "Maybe this will inspire you to get a real job." I stood there frozen, that tiny coin in my hand, as the room spun. The bartender, who saw what happened, whispered, Don't let her get to you. But I couldn't shake it off. Because no matter how many rude customers I'd met before, this felt different. It wasn't just an insult. It was pure humiliation. 2 days later, during my lunch shift, I saw a familiar face walk in. It was the woman's husband, but this time, he was alone. He looked nervous, almost guilty. "Are you Lena?" he asked quietly. "Yes, sir." He handed me an envelope. "My wife shouldn't have treated you that way. I'm so sorry. She's been lost for a while." Inside the envelope were $500 bills and a handwritten letter. "I can't accept this," I said. He shook his head. "Please, it's not about the money. Just read the letter." He left before I could say anything else. That night, I sat in my small apartment, staring at the envelope under the dim kitchen light. I finally opened it and read his note. "Dear Lena, I don't know you, but I saw how you handled yourself that night. You showed more grace and dignity than most people I know. I've spent years watching my wife lose herself to wealth and appearances. You reminded me that kindness still exists in this world. Please accept this as a gesture, not for pity, but for respect." I read it 3 times. My chest felt tight, my eyes stung. For the first time in weeks, I cried. Not out of shame, but gratitude. A week later, something unbelievable happened. The same woman, yes, the one who humiliated me, walked back into the restaurant. Only this time she looked different. Her hair wasn't styled. Her clothes were simple. Her eyes red and tired. She hesitated near the door, then walked to a corner table, not the fancy window seat. When I approached, she didn't look up at first. When she did, her voice was quiet. "Can I get some water, please?" "Of course," I said gently. I returned with her drink, unsure of what to say. After a long pause, she whispered, "You probably hate me." I didn't respond. "My husband left," she continued. "He said he was done living in a house full of arrogance and lies. Our company collapsed. Everything's gone." I stood there in silence, shocked. She looked up at me again. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I just didn't know where else to go." In that moment, I had a choice. I could have treated her the same way she treated me. I could have turned away, enjoyed the satisfaction of karma doing its job. But something inside me wouldn't let me. I smiled. "It's okay. Everyone has bad days." She blinked. "You're being kind to me?" I nodded. Because once, someone else showed me kindness when I least deserved it. Her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "Thank you." A few weeks later, she started visiting more often. Not as a customer, but as a person trying to make amends. She'd sit quietly, talk about how she was looking for work, how she wanted to rebuild her life. One day, she said, "Lena, I never realized how empty money made me. I used to think people respected me because of my wealth, but they were just afraid of losing my approval." I nodded. Real respect isn't bought, it's earned. She smiled weakly. "You're wiser than I ever was." 3 months later, she came in again, but this time with a small paper bag. She placed it on the counter. "I've been baking at a small bakery near my apartment," she said shyly. "We're still getting by, but I wanted you to have this." Inside were cookies, homemade, slightly misshapen, but warm. She smiled. "I wanted to thank you for not treating me like I treated you." I didn't know what to say. We both laughed softly. Karma had done its work, not to destroy her, but to teach her. That night after closing, I sat alone and thought about everything that happened. How one small act of cruelty had spiraled into an unexpected lesson in humanity. Sometimes life doesn't strike back with thunder or punishment. Sometimes it teaches quietly, through loss, humility, and second chances. That woman had lost her wealth but found her soul. And I, the poor waitress she once mocked, found something far greater than revenge: compassion. Karma doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. And when it does, it changes people forever. This story reminds us that wealth can't buy dignity, and cruelty always circles back. Thank you for watching True Life Chronicles. Real stories, real emotions, real life.